Throwing on first down is Murray. He's going to take off with it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And does the defense have it?
To help pass protect all the receivers in their patterns. These are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off.
Side. Touchdown. Marshawn Lynch with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ed Too Tall Jones just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. To throw, it's Murray. They're in the midst of an...
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Marshawn Lynch heading back out into the huddle. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this one? Both of these guys running the ball well.
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Patriots take over. Patriot offense returning to the field. And look at this season, 12-4, but they had the 8-0 start. And you think about it in that lens, down the stretch 4-5, including the playoff loss. A first-place finish for the 16th time, though, in 17 years. But now the question circle. We've mentioned Tom Brady. A lot of discussion there. But there's a lot of other questions to answer, correct?
This is one of the oldest rosters in the NFL, so there has to be some type of a rebuild, reboot.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman with a sack. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Vick back around his own goal line. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 27 yards there, a first down. First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Left side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! Hollywood, Marquise Brown. As the first half is winding down. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. And it is now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
That's it for the first half. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Let's go! Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray, it's complete. This is Todd Gurley. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Murray. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Just like that. Just like that.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. Three quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They're going for it. It's Murray. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So it's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we can get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So after the run by Lynch, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. They're going to try to jet sweep on 3rd and long. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Vic readies to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And that will be incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Phillips. And as a result, possession switches hands. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They start the drive with Lynch. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. They'll run again with Lynch.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Vic out of the gun. Forced out to his left. And an alley to run. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup.
Lynch fighting. He fumbles. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Murray now on 1st down. In trouble, and he's taken down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Murray, one final try. Now a desperation throw deep into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Charles Tillman, and that will write a finish to this ball game. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles.
Much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, Guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Madden Ultimate Team, and I'm your host, the coach.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray. First down, Murray. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Walter Payton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give him a much run after catch.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And an alley to run. Big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. And a lot of times a guy like that at this level, all he needs is one block to spring him, and he was sprung.
Just one, and that one turned into a huge, huge play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. CD, we got a little time here before Cleveland takes their next snap on offense. Quite a ride, really, for the Browns in 2019. Freddie Kitchens really hardly knew you, gone after one season. Remember, people had elevated the Browns, not just playoff contenders, really, but Super Bowl contenders in the preseason. But that 6-10 finish brought them back to earth in a big way.
Well, let's go back to the preseason, and we did talk about those high expectations. I think that you and I both pumped the brakes on the Super Bowl talk. I thought playoff talk was legitimate. And when you look at this roster, whoever ends up taking over as the head coach of the Browns, they should be very happy with the talent that they have and a chance to chase a division title in the AFC North. So we'll see if this team matures, learns from this past season where expectations were too high and they didn't come close to meeting them. But I think it's a roster well worth noting that they can make some noise if they come together and play at their best.
Give him 6 on the... play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, it's Drake. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Murray now. Now they go screen. It's complete. But he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Taking it in from a yard out.
Intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness. You've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So here's the home side to take over on offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
That throw by Vick, incomplete. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Josh Allen, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for the touchdown. Marquise Brown, 70 yards. And his guys have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To throw again on second down, Murray. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Murray now on 1st down. And he hits Drake. Breaks the tackle now with Allen. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. To throw is Murray. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray, now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know,
And got his man complete. Past the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. So 2 quarters down. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So here is the home side to take over on offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. On first down, it's Lynch. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles are usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
A throw out wide, caught by Hopkins. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a play fake. Now Vick. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Michael Vick. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. He scored on the ground and through the air. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Counter play with Jacobs. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 23. Now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll run on first down. It's Lynch. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Allen Bailey in on the stop. From the 35 on second down. Vick. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25. To throw, Vick. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Well, they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. On play action, Vick. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Brooks. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. To throw, it's Murray. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now left side on the swing pass. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Murray to air it out again. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. On first down, Lynch. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And touchdown! Marshawn Lynch, 66 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here, and that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for Cleveland. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here is the home side to take over on offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Despite the late lead, Vic's going to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former first-round pick, there on the coverage. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because...
Oh, he cannot get away. Down goes Vic. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Vic to throw it. He's going deep for Brown. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Adams. And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. So celebration down on the field for a good, hard-fought victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.